Language matters. 2. Grammar, tenses and auxiliary verbs, short answers. Vocabulary, what's in a word? Everyday English, everyday situations. Reading why languages matter to me, listening a world in one family, writing an informal email. Watch the video introduction. 1. Look at the photo. Where do you think it is? What kind of language is it? How do we use pictures when we write now? 2. Read the quote. Does learning English teach you anything about your language? Those who know nothing of foreign languages know nothing of their own language. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. Use your workbook for self-study. Go online for more practice and to check your progress. 19. Starter. Grammar, tenses and auxiliary verbs. 1. Each question has one word missing. Write it in. Were. 1. Where you born? 2. What languages you speak? 3. You enjoy learning a foreign language? 4. Why you studying English? 5. Which foreign countries have you been? 6. What you learn in the last English lesson? 7. What are you going to do after this lesson? 2. Ask and answer the questions with a partner. Where were you born? I was born in Hungary. 3. Tell the class about your partner. Cynthia was born in Hungary. She speaks... ... Language quiz. 1. Which 6 of these languages does the UN use for official business? A. English. E. French. B. Russian. F. Portuguese. C. Japanese. G. German. D. Spanish. H. Chinese. I. Arabic. J. Hindi. 2. At what rate are languages disappearing around the world? A. 1 every 2 weeks. B. 1 every 2 months. C. 1 every 2 years. I didn't know that. 1. Try to answer the questions in the language quiz. If you're not sure, guess. Discuss your ideas with a partner. 22.1 Listen and check your answers. Make notes about the extra information you hear. 3. Discuss your notes as a class. Does anything surprise you? O. Grammar spot. 1. Read the questions in the quiz again. Identify the tense in each one. Which 2 are passive? 2. Answer these questions. Give examples from the quiz. 1. Which tenses use the auxiliary verbs do, does, did to form questions and negatives? 2. Which tenses use the verb to be? Is, are, was. Question mark. 3. Which tenses use have, has? Grammar reference 2.1 to 2.5. P 141 2. 3. In Britain, which sounds do bees and cats make? A. Some and 2 meow. B. Bun and 2 nyan. C. Buzz and 2 meow. Question mark. 4. On which continent have languages developed clicking sounds as consonants? A. Asia. B. South America. C. Africa. 5. Where are you standing if you were using an ATM in Latin? A. In Vatican City. B. In the University of Oxford. C. In Rome city centre. INSERITOSCIDULAMQUASCIUNDAMCOGNOSCASRATIONEM. Write your own quiz. 4. Work in groups. Write 5 questions on general knowledge about the world, past and present. Do some research if necessary. Ask and answer the questions with another group. Which group knew the most answers? 6. When did people first begin to read silently and not say the words out loud? A. In 400 BC. B. In the 1st century AD. C. In the 10th century AD. 0000 2000 30,000 3 0 0 3 0 0 0 7. English has taken words from different languages, including gendered nouns. Masculine and feminine. Why didn't English keep the gender? A. Because English never had gendered nouns. B. Because the different languages had a different gender for the same nouns. C. Because gendered nouns were difficult to pronounce. 8. What was Thomas Edison doing when he recited the nursery rhyme, Mary Had a Little Lamb? A. Making the first telephone call. B. Making the first sound recording. C. Making the first moving pictures. 9. The Chicago Tribune newspaper has often tried to simplify English spelling. Which of these examples have become standard American English? A. Bureaucrat and definitely. B. Island and debt. C. Catalog and program. 10. How long have people been using the acronym OMG? Oh my God. Closing parenthesis. Question mark. A. Since 1917. B. Since 1985. C. Since text messaging began. 11. How many new words are added to the Oxford English Dictionary every year? A. 500. B. 1000. C. 3000. 12. What language was commonly spoken by well-educated ancient Romans? A. Latin. B. Greek. C. Hebrew. 0. Practice. No, they don't. 1. Correct the information in the sentences. 1a. Brazilians speak Spanish. B. No, they don't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese. 2a. The Pope lives in Madrid. 0. B. No, he doesn't live in Madrid. He lives in Rome, in the Vatican. 3. Shakespeare wrote his plays in Latin. 4. The world is getting colder. 5. The Americans didn't land on the moon. 6. Cinderella was going to the ball when she lost her shoe. 7. The UK has never had a female Prime Minister. 8. The 2016 Olympics were held in London. 22.2 Listen and compare. Notice the stress and intonation. Practice making the corrections with a partner. S equals is or has. 3. Is in these sentences the auxiliary is or has. 1. What's making that buzzing noise? Is. 2. He's learned Spanish really well. 3. Plastics made from oil. 4. Who's been eating my chocolates? 5. I think Jack's worried. 6. What's produced in your country? 42.3 Listen to more sentences with s. Say if they mean is or has. Talking about you. 5. Complete the questions with the correct auxiliary verb and name the tense. Then ask and answer them with a partner. 1. What time? 2. What time? 4. Who? 3. How long? 5. How long? 6. What? 7. What? You usually get up at weekends? You get up this morning? It usually take you to get to class? Sitting near you? What? You known the teacher? He, she wearing? You doing when the teacher came into the classroom? Opening parenthesis. Not. You like doing in English lessons? 8. Which school subjects? Not. You like when you were younger? 9. 10. You studied any other foreign languages? English spoken by many people in your country? Ask and answer the questions with a partner. Funny grammar. Extra material p. 155. Look at the cartoons. Why do the wrong tenses make them funny? Go online for more grammar practice. 0. Oh. Making conversation short answers. 12.4 Nick has foreign students staying in his house in Bath. Listen and complete his conversation with Denisa and Miguel. Which of them sounds more friendly and polite? In what way? Denisa. Hi, Nick. Nick. Yes, I have. I. 2 tonight. Miguel. Number. Denisa. Nick. Well, I presentations. Underscore. You been shopping? Going to cook fish pie for you. You have a good day at college? We. Practicing giving. Oh, sounds interesting. That not useful for you, Miguel? Miguel. Number. Nick. Why? At work? Miguel. Number. You never have to give presentations. That's why I need to improve my English. Well, it's definitely improving. You noticed my English is better? Denisa. Nick. Miguel. Nick. Yes, I hear. Denisa. No, it. Miguel. No. Denisa. Yes, you. Miguel. Yes. And it'll get better the longer you're. Because he speaks Spanish with the other Spanish students all day. Exclamation mark. You're always together. Are you going on the trip to Wales on Saturday? Denisa, I'm going too, and Keiko and Roberto _ so spend the day speaking English with us. Miguel, okay. 22.5 How could Miguel's replies sound friendlier and more polite? Listen and compare the conversations. 3 Work in groups of 3 and act out the conversation in exercise 1 again. Take it in turns to be Miguel, and make his replies friendlier and more polite. Spoken English sounding polite. 1 In English conversation, it doesn't sound polite or friendly if you reply with just yes or no. Try to give short answers using auxiliaries. Did you have a good day? Greater than. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. 2 It also helps the conversation if you add some more information. Are you enjoying college? Greater than. Yes, I am. I really like the teacher, and I've made a lot of friends. 3 Reply to these questions. Use short answers and add some information. 1 Did you walk to class? 2 Do you like pizza? 3 Have you traveled abroad much? 4 Are you going straight home after class? Practice. 1 Match a line in A with a short answer in B and a line in C. A. 1 Did you hear that noise? 2 Are you doing anything tonight? 3 Have you seen my phone anywhere? 4 Did you get those shoes you liked? 5 Is it nearly break time? B. No, I haven't. Yes, it is. No, I'm not. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. 2.6 Listen and check. Practice with a partner. One Match a line in A with a short answer in B and a line in C. Practice. 1 Match a line in A with a short answer in B and a line in C. A. 1 Did you hear that noise? 2 Are you doing anything tonight? 3 Have you seen my phone anywhere? 4 Did you get those shoes you liked? 5 Is it nearly break time? B. No, I haven't. Yes, it is. No, I'm not. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. 2.6 Listen and check. Practice with a partner. Pay attention to stress and intonation. 22.7 Listen to each line and reply in a friendly and polite way. Then listen and compare. A class survey. 3 Read the class survey and answer the questions about you. Add 2 more questions that you'd like to ask other students. 4 Work with a partner. Ask and answer the questions. Give short answers in your replies and add some information. Are you interested in any sports? Yes, I am. I often play tennis. I'm in a club, and I love watching rugby. 5. Tell the class about each other. Sergio's interested in two sports, tennis and rugby. He often... 6. What can you say about your class? Nearly everyone is interested in at least one sport. The most popular one is... and quite a few people like... Check it. 7. Find a mistake in each sentence and correct it. 1. Everyone speak English where I work. 2. You know where the bus station is. 3. Do you like football? Yes, I like. 4. Do you think it's going to rain? 5. I seen him just a couple of minutes ago. 6. The glass was already broke when I opened the box. C. They didn't have my size. I think it was thunder. I'm dying for a coffee. Do you want to come round? Have you lost it again? Class survey. 1. Are you interested in any sports? Yes, no. 2. Have you got a pet? Yes, no. 3. Does music play an important part in your life? Yes, no. Do you think you look at your phone too often? Yes, no. 5. Does anyone in your family have an allergy? Yes, no. 6. Did you study English in primary school? Yes, no. Have you ever been to England or America? Yes, no. 8. What have you been watching on TV recently? Yes, no. 10. Yes, no. Reading and speaking language lovers. 1. Work in pairs. Discuss the questions. 1. Which percentage of people in each of these countries say they can speak a foreign language? A. 25%, B. 91%, C. 38%, D. 62%. The US, Italy, Sweden, the UK. In which of these countries can schoolchildren stop learning a foreign language when they're 14? A. China, B. Turkey, C. Brazil, D. The UK. Is it important for native speakers of English to learn a foreign language? Why not? 1%. 2. Read the introduction to the text on p25 and the fact files about the two people. Why do you think this article appeared in a British newspaper? Why do you think each person wanted to learn a foreign language? 3. Work in two groups. Group A. Read about Eddie Izzard and complete your part of the chart. Group B. Read about Chris Packham and complete your part of the chart. Languages spoken. Motivation for learning them. Level reached. Benefits they see in learning languages. Eddie Izzard, Chris Packham. 4. Find a partner from the other group. Work together to swap information and complete the chart. Hola. Ciao. See ya. Why languages matter. Me. Hello. Bonjour. 2. The comedian. Eddie Izzard. The wildlife expert. Born 1962, Yemen. Fact file. Popular British stand-up comedian. Often tours abroad, and has been performing in other languages since 2011. I describe my language ability in percentages of fluency. I'm about 65% fluent in French, 30% fluent in German, and about 0.5% fluent in Spanish. I'm already touring my show in French in Chris Packham. In France, where I have a house, it's quite remote and none of my neighbors spoke any English. I rocked up 10 years ago and had no more ability in French than. Fact file. Born 1961, England. Nature photographer and author, well known in the UK as a presenter on popular TV wildlife shows. Has a house in France. Being able to go to Paris and survive a weekend. I bought some CDs, but learning it that way didn't work for me, so I had to think of a plan B. I bought some wildlife books at a local bookshop, and because I understood the context, I was able to read them cover to cover and grasp some of what they were saying. Then I said to my neighbors, "Look, I'll speak to you in French and I want you to constantly correct me. I won't be offended." And they were great, they did. I do find it quite difficult. If I was living in the language all the time, I'd get on top of it and it would stick. The longest stint I've had there has been 3 months, and by the end of that I was thinking in French. The British have always had a poor reputation for learning to languages, and it's getting worse. The number of students studying a language at university continues to fall, and most schoolchildren take advantage of the fact that they can drop foreign languages at 14. Is this not understandable, though? Why would any Brit want to spend countless hours struggling to learn a language when most of the world is keen to speak English to them? Here, 2 high-profile British language learners explain how learning a language has enriched their lives, and what sparked their passion for learning languages. France, and after that I'll be doing it in Spanish, then Russian, then Arabic. They say if you have French and English you should be speaking Spanish pretty well after a month of deep immersion. If I get stuck with a word or a phrase during a show, I ask the audience, how do you say such and such, and they help out. I don't find languages easy, but I have a hunger to learn. When you can speak another language, you go from being a person in an adult's body pointing at things like a child to being able to communicate with people like an adult again. There's a political basis for me to learn other languages, because if we don't come together in the world, then the world's not going to make it. There's a business case, too. I'm beginning to turn a profit on my foreign shows. Plus, no stand-up has done this before, so there's also the fun, bloody adventure of it. And putting sentences together in a French way, and it felt really good. What's brilliant is that I can meet up with my neighbors now and have a laugh with them. They'll gossip with me, whereas before it would have been quite formal and polite. So you feel much more a part of things. People have been extraordinarily welcoming and are appreciative of the fact that I've made the effort to converse with them. Glossary: gossip. V. Talk about other people's private lives. Grasp. V. Understand. Offended. Adjective. Upset. Rock up. PHRV. Arrive. Stint. N. Period of time. 5. Read the text again and answer the questions with Eddie, Chris, or both. 1. Who finds learning languages difficult? 2. Who has tried different ways of learning a language? 3. Who is expecting it to be easier to learn another language? Why? 4. Who is using languages to do something very original? 5. Who has used what he does for a living to help him learn a language? 6. Who says he feels immature when he can't speak a language? 7. Who wishes he could spend more time speaking the language? Why? 8. Who has learned the language by doing something other than speaking? 9. Who asks native speakers of the language to help him improve? How? 10. Who says that people treat him differently now he can speak their language? How? 6. Write the correct prepositions in the verb phrases. Find examples in the texts and check. For in with on. X2. For at. X2. Of. 1. Have a reputation. For 2. Have a passion. 3. Make. Turn a profit. 4. Study south. 5. Be fluent. 6. Get. South. South. University. A language. Top of South. South. SMB. South. SB. 7. Take advantage. 8.9. Have a laugh. Make some examples with your partner. I have a reputation for being late. What do you think? Are people in your country enthusiastic about learning a foreign language? Why not? Are there benefits to learning a foreign language beyond the purely practical ones? Black Circle: has learning a language improved your life? Do you want people to correct all your mistakes when you speak English? Why not? Watch a video about how subtitles are made for film and TV. Listening and speaking: a world in one family. 1. Do you know anyone who has married someone of another nationality? Do they have children? What languages do they all speak? Tell the class. 2. Look at the photo of the family. There are 3 nationalities in the family. How can this be? 32.8 Listen to Nicholas talking about his family. Read and answer the questions. Circle the numbers of any questions you cannot answer. 1. What nationality are Nicholas, his sister Sarah, and his parents Felipe and Elka? 2. How did Nicholas' parents meet? Why did they decide to live in England? Which city do they live in now? 3. What languages does the family speak? 4. Is Nicholas English better than his parents? 5. Why did their mother choose the children's names she did? 6. When and why did Nicholas first think about his nationality? 7. Why is Nicholas not as fluent as Sarah in Portuguese? 8. What does Sarah do for a living? Does she want to continue living in England? 9. What is Nicholas doing now? What language skill does he find most difficult? 10. What does Elka think are the pros and cons of bringing up children in another country? 42.9 Now listen to Nicholas' mother, Elka. Answer the questions that you circled in exercise 3. Which answer would you change after listening to Elka? What do you think? What do you think are the pros and cons of bringing up a family in a different country? Make 2 lists. Plus, you get the best from 2 cultures. You don't feel completely at home in either of them. Vocabulary. What's in a word? These exercises will help you to think about how you learn vocabulary. Meaning from context. 1. Do you know what these words mean? Don't look in a dictionary. Black circle trace. Flawless. Settle. Abruptly. 2. These sentences all contain the nonsense word uggy. In which sentence is uggy used as a verb, an adjective, a noun, or an adverb? 1. Anne's piano playing was uggy, she didn't get a single note wrong. 2. After moving around between many different countries, we decided to uggy in Canada and bought a house there. 3. It came as a shock when the play ended so uggily I wasn't expecting it to end there. 4. Mario's English is so good you could almost think he was English, but sometimes you can hear uggies of an Italian accent. Can you guess what uggy means in the 4 sentences? Which of the words in exercise 1 go into each sentence? Pronunciation. 3. Say these words aloud. Underline the word in each group with the different vowel sound. Goes, does, beat, great, made. Toes. Street. Played, said. 1. You, or, a, rose. 2. I. Or, ei, meet. 3. Ei, or, 4, or. Done, phone, none. Paid. 2.10 Listen and check. Phonetic symbols P160. 4. Say these words aloud. Underline the stressed syllable. Woman enjoy accent photographer computer pronunciation. 2.11 Listen and check. Go online for more vocabulary practice. 1. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. Word formation. 5. Complete the word act in the sentences using the suffixes in the box. I've or ion of 8 activities. 1. My grandmother is 84, but she's still very active. 2. My brother's an act on TV. 3. Act. He's often. Is not always a well-paid job. 4. This is not time for words. It's a time for act. 5. We do a lot of act. English. 6. Call this number to act credit card. Words that go together. In class to learn. You're new. 6. Match the words in A and B. A. 1. Heavy. B. Your life. Traffic stuck. 2. Strong. 3. High. 4. Enrich. 5. Get. A profit standard. 6. Make. Wind. Keeping vocabulary records. 7. Discuss how you can keep vocabulary records. Do you have a special notebook, or do you record vocabulary electronically? Do you write a sentence with the new word in it? Do you write the translation? How do you keep a note of the pronunciation? My notes. Records, Rico. DZ, noun. Remove note X. A written note of something I keep vocabulary records. Translation a punts. Record, reco. D. Verb. To write down or keep information electronically. Remove note X. I record my vocabulary electronically. Translation a punter. Everyday English, everyday situations. 1. Work with a partner. Where could you hear the lines of conversation 1 to 10? Who is talking to who? 1. Just a trim, please. 2. No, thanks, I'm just looking. 3. Is it within walking distance? 4. I'm afraid I've locked myself out of my room. 5. I can't make the meeting. I'm stuck in traffic. 6. I need to make an appointment. It's quite urgent, I've lost a filling. 7. No, thanks. It was all lovely, but I couldn't eat another thing. 8. Is there a matinee performance today? 9. Will this parcel get there tomorrow if it goes first class? 10. Does it come with chips? 2. Match a line from exercise 1 with each reply AJ. Oh, but you really must try the other dessert. No, not really. It's more of a taxi ride. B. No, you have to order them as a side dish. D1. Okay. How much do you want off? This much? That's no problem. I'll just do you another key card. F. G. It should, but if you send it special delivery, it definitely will. Oh no. You're the one giving the presentation. H. Yes, it's at 2.30. But I'm afraid it's sold out today. How about tomorrow? Well, just call me if you do need any help. We have a cancellation this afternoon at 2.45 if that's okay. 2.12 Listen and check. What's the next line in each conversation? 3. Practice the conversations with a partner. Pay attention to the stress and intonation. 42.13 Listen to the prompts with your books closed, and say one of the lines from 1. Pay attention to stress and intonation, and then repeat the model. Go online for more speaking practice. Writing an informal email. Correcting mistakes. 1. It's important to try to correct your own mistakes when you write. Look at the symbols in the box. Can you give an example of each kind of mistake? T. Tense. P. Punctuation. W. Word order. W. Wrong word preposition. Gr. Grammar. SP. Spelling. Word missing. 2. Read the email that Cynthia, a Hungarian student, has written to her English friend, Paul. Use the symbols to help you correct her mistakes. 2. Paul Redwood at Cmail. Co. UK subject. Hello from Dublin. Hi Paul. From. Cynthia at Intermail. Who? Prep. How are you? I'm very well. I came in Dublin 2 weeks ago for to study at a language school. I want learn English because is a very important language. I'm stay with an Irish family. They've got SP. 2 son and a daughter. Mr. Kendall is teacher and Mrs. Kendall work in a hospital. The Irish is very friendly, but they speak very quickly. I go to class in the morning. My teacher's name is Anne. She said me that my English is okay, but I do a lot of mistakes. Anne don't give us too much homework, so in the afternoons I go often. Sightseeing. Dublin is much more big than my town. I like prep. Whoa. Very much painting and I'm very interesting for modern art. So I visit galleries and museums. I've met a girl called Martina. She came from Spain and goes to Trinity College. Last night, GRSP. We go to the cinema, but the film wasn't very exciting. WW. Do you like to visit me? Why don't you come for a weekend? I'd love to see you. Email or text me soon. Love. Cynthia X. 3. Answer the questions. 1. Where is Cynthia? Where is she staying? 2. Why is she there? 3. What does she do in the morning? 4. What does she do in her free time? 5. Who has she met? 4. Imagine that you are a student in another town. Answer the questions in exercise 3 about you. 5. Write a similar email to an English friend. Swap emails with a partner. Try to correct your partner's email using the symbols. Go online for more writing practice. MPLE, bar, ESTD, 1840 wrist, PS. The photos are of Martina and me, and my favourite street in Dublin. Tobacco, the EMPLEBAR, BAP, Shack, Temple Bar, the Emperor of Malted Liqueurs, Guinness.